Well, yet another week has flown by, and I am just dying to get this project finished. Not only so I can share it with you, but so I can give it to my wife for her birthday, which is coming up rather quickly. But see, the thing about the Samurai Carpenter, sorry, I'm not supposed to talk about myself in the third person. It's starting to irritate people. Guess what? I don't give a shit. The thing about the work that I'm doing here at the Samurai Carpenter is that I'm taking on these projects that are just way, way outside of my skill set and expertise. But it's my ambition and just desire to be able to do these crazy things that you only see in like churches and, old world buildings where the real craftsmen, built stuff, that it just forces me to learn, and the learning curve is very steep, and it forces me to make a lot of mistakes. And I've made a ton of mistakes on this project, and many times just been I just need to gear down and start completely over, but I will not. I am persisting in making what I have work here. And it's going to look gorgeous in the end. Is it going to be like some, phenomenal craftsman piece of carving? It depends on your opinion, really. Some people would say yes. I would say no. And a professional panel carver would say, buddy, you need to have a little more practice. But that being said, it's turning out to be a really beautiful piece. Now, I've made this piece of walnut here. I got to hollow out the inside here, so it's going to be kind of like a barrel top, and that fits in here like so, and it creates a walnut backdrop to the carving, which is pretty sexy, if I do say so myself. But back to the whole skills thing. Now, I am by no means a master at anything woodworking, really, in my opinion. Some might say I'm a master. I don't give a I just don't care about titles. Call me whatever the heck you want. But I am pursuing perfection in everything that I do. Will I ever get there? Who knows? Take a look at this progression of skills here. Now, if you look at all these carvings, you can see that the progression of my skills is actually quite noticeable because, well, I'm forcing myself to learn and get better as quickly as possible by doing really elaborate, in-depth projects. And I'm even surprised at how much you can see my carving skills develop right in this one project. So I started with this panel, and you can see the design is fairly elaborate and balanced and nice. It took me a long time to figure out just how to draw all these little things, mostly just through trial and error and looking at pictures online. At first glance, it looks really nice, but as you look a little bit closer, you can see, it's not really realistic, and there's not a ton of depth and detail in these leaves. And there's still a lot of chisel marks. And then you can see this next piece is what I went on to after that. And it's got a little bit more depth and a little bit more undercutting and detail. Things are a little bit sharper. It's really good carving requires removing the amount of wood that's necessary. Michelangelo described carving stone and art as removing everything that isn't necessary. And that's kind of a simple way to define beautiful carving and sculpture. But if you look at this piece to this piece, there's actually a significant difference in the workmanship, where I learned, obviously, a ton doing these carvings from here to here and then from here to there. And this is actually, I'm pretty impressed with this piece. Still by no means phenomenal carving quality compared to what's out there, but I didn't think I could pull something like that off. That looks pretty dope. So I'm saying this not to show off my carving, but I'm saying this more to encourage you to actually try and bite off more than you can chew when you set out to do a new project, because Yes, you might screw up and make a lot of mistakes. I'm telling you, I have screwed a ton of stuff up. But what makes a good carpenter is their ability to fix their mistakes. Because you're always going to make a lot of mistakes. On another note, if you are a new subscriber to this channel, I just want to give you a heads up and let you know that the videos with the acronyms WUW and FTF, those stand for What's Up Wednesday and Free Tip Friday. In these videos, I'm going to be mostly talking and just giving a quick tip. So if you're just into the hardcore woodworking and watching me build stuff and you don't really care about listening to me talk, which I understand. Once you get to know me, you'll want to hear me talk more. I know that's the way it works with me. I just love hearing myself talk. But regardless of where you're at, if you want to just skip those videos, you can. But if you think it's possible for me to put out a woodworking project video every 2 or 3 days, well, you just don't know anything about woodworking and the time it takes to create beautiful things. So if that's too much for you to handle, maybe you should just go find some other channels that can show you how to quickly screw together 2 pieces of plywood and paint it white and call it woodworking. Not my thing. Moving on. Quick update on my apprentice search. I know last week's video just brought all sorts of characters out of the woodwork in the comment section. That was just a riot. And I'm hopeful that my just unbearable demeanor just cleared out all that riffraff, so we don't have to put up with their negativity anymore. And we can just get on having a fun time. Let me just tell you, if you're new to this channel, you are going to need a bit of a sense of humor when you are dealing with me, the samurai. There I go with the third person thing again. You like that? Anybody who's watched this channel for a length of time understands by now that I am just a normal guy. Nothing special, no fancy education, just going out there and pursuing my dreams, okay? So I'm hopeful that you can just take everything I say with a grain of salt and be able to laugh some things off. And trust me, I am going to get under your skin. I actually make a point to do so because it just makes my life so much more entertaining knowing that there's a ton of people that are just pissed off at how awesome I am. All that being said, I got dozens and dozens of people sending me emails. Still a ton of people from out of country that just really want to work with me, which I'm very appreciative and flattered by. I even had guys as old as 66 years old wanting to be my apprentice, which I was just blown away by, that somebody would honestly value working with me that much given their life experience and their perspective. And this guy even has a big, this one guy even had a woodworking background and everything, and I forgot your name, but I'm just very appreciative that you would even consider working with me. But at the end of the day, I'm really just looking for somebody young with a really strong back who can, dig holes and pour concrete and, move lumber and do a lot of the hard work in return for observing and learning and becoming a good carpenter along the way. But a few other good candidates, some of them were from Vancouver, some of them were from Alberta, and I just don't feel comfortable actually giving somebody a green light to move out here to work with me, even though they seem like a good candidate, because if it doesn't work out, that really kind of puts them up the creek without a paddle. So I'm going to just hold out for the right candidate, somebody who I feel their long-term dreams and goals are in line with mine. They want to do what I'm doing, not only through carpentry, but through online marketing and working through YouTube and gaining influence. So you're not just learning carpentry with me, you're learning a number of different aspects to running a business, online marketing in the information age, all that sort of stuff. Creating a huge audience on YouTube, which then converts to more paychecks. So, there's a lot more value here than just an apprenticeship as a carpenter. And that's why I kind of made it look really rough and unappealing, just to deal with all the people that don't have any perspective outside of working by the hour as an employee. I'm not looking for small thinkers. I'm looking for people that are dreaming big. So I'm going to just hold out a little bit longer, and the applications are still kind of trickling in, so hopefully I'll find the right guy. On another note, the windows for my upstairs suite just showed up. So there's going to be a lot of videos on how to install windows, do rain screening, proper waterproofing around your windows, exterior trim, shake siding, board and batten, all the flashing details. Pretty much everything to do with the exterior of your house. So if you're interested in those kind of videos, make sure you stay tuned to this channel, because there's just going to be a plethora of all sorts of other tasty goodies coming. I'm also thinking it might be kind of cool to do like a timber framing workshop locally here in Victoria. So if anybody's interested or would be down to come and slay some big timbers with myself, I need a timber frame, like a wood drying kiln / tool shed for my outdoor tools. And I could incorporate a lot of different joinery. And I know a lot of people are just like, joinery, joinery, joinery. I want more joinery. Give me the joinery. So I think there's a big opportunity to actually train people and give them a real good grasp of how to cut large scale joinery, which then translates to cutting small scale joinery. It's all kind of the same, just a few different tools. That will allow me to get some extra labor to help me get the job done faster, but I can also make videos while we're doing it, which I'll then share with the rest of the world. So I see that as a really kind of cool opportunity to expand the influence, the content, and reach people more on a local level here. So if you're interested and you're like, hey, I would pay to come and do a course with you and timber frame a sweet shed with all sorts of joinery. If that's your thing, just put a little yay or nay or thumbs up in the comments section and be like, I'm totally down. And I'll try and get that organized maybe this summer and the fall, hopefully. I'd like to get it built before the rains come for next year. That way I have a place to store all these huge slabs, which are just starting to like pile up in my shop, and I need some space. So shoot ideas down in the comments section. I really enjoy reading through that and just kind of getting a feel for what everybody's looking for and different places people are at in their walks as carpenters and woodworkers. And let's just keep the good vibes and love flowing through this channel. So if you're not subscribed, you better subscribe because you'll be a better person if you do. And until next time. Samurai out.